Hey guys, I'm gonna be back here for another video, guys. Welcome back to episode of my Way Too Back series, where I don't even know what the series is called, to be honest. But guys, today we're starting off with Madden 2002 to see how much the Raider Stadium has changed in the last 23 years in Maddens. So what we do is we start with 2002, we then go to 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Madden 25 the first time it was Madden 25, Madden 16, Madden 19, and then Madden 25. We skip the Maddens that do not really update the stadium. So if the stadium looks the same like it does in Madden 2002 to Madden 2004, there's no reason to show 2003 and 2004 because, well, it looks exactly the same, right? So we're trying to show just the Maddens that actually look different. For example, this is Madden 2005, and this is the real big difference from 2002. After this, though, we do go year by year because there are at least some differences. Once we get into 2006, which is the next Madden on the docket, that's when Xbox 360 Madden happened, and that's when we actually got into some real big changes and differences, and it actually looked good, right? So, and I don't want to trash the early Maddens, but yeah. Now, obviously, this is a really weird situation we have ourselves here. This is, of course, going to be the LA Coliseum. Actually, not the LA. Oakland Coliseum, excuse me, not the LA version. Well, there was eventually in LA before they went to long time ago. Beside the point, Madden purpose-wise, we got Oakland, okay? So we got Oakland, and then, throughout the whole entire video pretty much, half the video is going to be Oakland, and then we go to Las Vegas, which obviously ends up becoming the Las Vegas Raiders. We also have Allegiant Stadium, which I will say I love the Coliseum. I love the Oakland Coliseum. It was a beautiful place. Allegiant Stadium is really amazing. Okay, it's when you compare it to Oakland Coliseum, it's definitely like, holy crap. There's a reason why it costs a couple $1 billion to create. And out of all the newer stadiums, it is actually my favorite. I know SoFi looks great too. I actually like Allegiant the best. I think it's the best stadium that was built recently. You also have, of course, the Falcon Stadium that's newer. The Viking Stadium's newer. Obviously, SoFi, you got Allegiant Stadium. A lot of newer stadiums, and we're going to see a lot more newer stadiums as the next couple years go around. By 2030, it will probably be at least another 5 or 6 stadiums get, rebuilt and recreated. The Bills already have a stadium in the works to get, built and recreated. I know the Commanders are eventually going to get a new stadium. The Bears, they're also floating ideas out there on a new stadium. The Titans are going to get a new stadium. I mean, we're talking about like maybe by 2030, honestly, probably more than half the league. That's what I'm thinking about. Paycor, I don't think we're going to get anything new anytime soon. We might get renovations. We're talking about like a $500 million renovation, but that's pretty much that. M&T Bank Stadium's not going to change anything. Steelers aren't going to change anything. Brownies are thinking about a $2.4 billion stadium they're going to build. So that's a, huge factor. Texans will probably stay the same. Colts stay the same. Jacksonville might do something with their stadium, especially if, they start winning a lot and get better as a team. They might get something new. I don't know why it's just a complete crap on them. The Patriots, they're not going to change anything, but that's kind of just New England's way. They're just kind of like the old age football. And then who else we have? We have the Dolphins. They're not going to change anything anytime soon. Jets, now MetLife will stay the same. So that's AFC wise. And I mean, yeah, probably like 4 or 5 teams, I feel like. But again, never know. A team could randomly come out of nowhere and say, hey, we want to change. We want to add something to our stadium. So they could. And then outside of that, NFC, Packers won't change anything. Vikings already changed. Lions, I would love to see an extension on the Ford Field, to be honest. Ford Field looks amazing, but I would like to see an extension on it. And then who else we got? We got Cowboys won't change. We already talked about the Commanders. Eagles, I don't think they're going to change anything. Even though they did just win 2 Super Bowls in 10 years, so that's huge. Who else we got? We got the Giants. We already talked about MetLife. Bucks, I don't think they're going to change anything. Panthers, they might actually. Bucks, Falcons, they just got a new stadium. They won't. As Saints, I think the Saints might eventually. They might do something eventually. 49ers, no. Cardinals, probably not. Cardinals also a newer stadium. And I'd say newer, I mean within the last 10 years, 10, 15 years. Who else they got? Seahawks, I don't think they're going to change anything. And Rams, obviously they got SoFi, so they're not going to change anything. I also forgot about the Raiders. They're not going to change anything. Neither will the Chiefs. Chiefs might get a new stadium. That's another team that might get a new stadium. Chargers won't. Broncos, I don't think they will. Even though they have Walmart family, so they have the money to do it. And then Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, and Chiefs. Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. And then the rest of the West, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to change. I mean, other than what I said, I don't think anyone else will change. But who knows? Again, like I said, things happen within off seasons all the time. So now that we're getting done to Madden, like the older Madden Coliseum, now let's talk about Madden 19 and Madden 25. These are our newest versions of Madden. 19 still had the Oakland Coliseum, which was cool. But you're going to see why we aren't no-clipping throughout these stadiums. And the reason why we're not no-clipping throughout these stadiums is because the outside of the stadium is nothing. Like the outside of this stadium here, the Oakland Coliseum, this is what it looks like on the outside. So this is Madden 19. So this is 6 years ago at this point. And it still looks exactly the same as every other Madden we looked at today, which is insanely crazy, by the way. But I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's a very simplistic stadium. It's not anything crazy. It's not anything enhanced. Obviously, if you know anything about the stadium, it was also doubled as a baseball stadium for the Oakland baseball team as well. Are they called the Oakland Athletics, I believe? Obviously, they changed, but I believe they're called the Oakland Athletics, I want to say. So it doubled as that. Also, there was actual real Raiders pictures on the walls and the frames. This is like the little extra detail I love when EA does this, is when they actually get the correct pictures on the frames and they don't use a random team like sometimes they do. For Raiders tickets. And then we got the black hole, which obviously Raiders Nation, black hole. It always sounds weird when I say that out loud, but yeah. I don't know. It always sounds weird to me when I say it out loud. But the outside of the stadium is this, and this is why we did not no-clip through any of the other stadiums, and this is the only stadium we're going to no-clip through, is because outside of the Oakland Coliseum, this is also the last Madden to feature the Oakland Coliseum. So yeah, before they went to the transitional stadium, and then obviously Las Vegas. We will be looking at the outside of Allegiant Stadium, which obviously is in Las Vegas. And obviously there's an outside because, listen, it's Las Vegas. You know, you're not going to have a stadium in Las Vegas and not have an outside in Madden. You know, it is what it is. Although, if you go to some of the Pro Bowl versions of Allegiant Stadium, there isn't an outside. I don't know why, but EA Sports actually got rid of the outside of some of the Pro Bowl variants of Allegiant Stadium. So, for some reason, that's a random thing. Like, they just took out the outside of those stadiums. But, sadly, the Oakland Coliseum is no longer the home of the Raiders. Oakland lost their team, which, you know, kind of bodied them when it came to the dominance, but here is your beautiful Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, We also have a locker room, which is something we did not have in any other Madden variant of the Raiders Stadium. And to be honest, it's a gorgeous stadium, okay? It's an absolute gorgeous stadium. This is kind of just shows what money can buy. If you have enough money as an owner and you want to build a beautiful stadium in 2020, I believe this stadium was built in 2020, 2021. This is what money can buy, you know? Could buy you a gorgeous stadium with state-of-the-art everything pretty much. And yeah, it is insanely crazy. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it was like a year ago, there was a fan who was like a Raiders fan. He was celebrating the fact the Raiders game, and he hit the glass on the bleachers, like the edge of the bleachers. He hit the glass and it shattered. I think he got banned from the game for that. He didn't hit it hard either. He like just slapped the glass and the whole glass shattered. Which not only is it dangerous because like that would go down and hit the fans below, but he could also have fallen and gotten hurt. So like kind of crazy to be honest. They banned him for it, I believe, which, you know, you would think it would be the opposite. They would be like, hey, we're so sorry that this happened. Let us give you free season tickets because, you know, like you could probably drop a lawsuit for that. But no, they said it was his fault. He hit the glass too hard and they banned him for it. So yeah, that's definitely an interesting scenario. You know, it's one of those situations where you think you know the outcome of how it's going to end, and it goes completely opposite. It does not end the way you think it's going to end. So I think we can all agree, right? This looks a lot better than the Oakland Coliseum. This looks like a lot better of a stadium overall wise. Obviously size wise, it's humongous. But it's also, you know, a really big freaking stadium. And top of the art. Top of the art stadium, too. It's got all the bells and whistles that you would want in a... I feel like this stadium probably cost them like $5-6 billion to make. Like, bruh. East VIP suite. We got all the little VIP suites on the outside. Welcome to Allegiant Stadium. Obviously, the stadium is the actual field is underground because that's how every stadium is in the NFL. You like the actual stadium and the like. When you go into a stadium, right? You have that like down below bleachers that are on the field. It's not leveled with the outside. That's what I've learned with Madden. Is as you go through these, they're never leveled with the actual stadium on the walkway on the outside, like the ground on the outside. It's always below the ground. That way, I think it's so that they can level it for everything else. Like when you walk in, you get all your tickets and stuff. That's all leveled. But obviously, once you walk into like where your bleachers are, you're gonna be walking down, because it's underground. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff they are missing with the Las Vegas Strip here. I mean, not Las Vegas Strip, but Las Vegas. They do have a casino over there, which is a very popular casino. You also got the pyramid. They're missing the eye, the gigantic ball that's in the middle of, you know, Las Vegas. They're missing that. They're missing the fake Eiffel Tower that's like in the middle of Las Vegas too. Like some things like that they're definitely missing. But guys, definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. If you guys want to see me do another team, definitely tell me down below who you want me to do next, and I will go ahead and do so. But this was the Oakland Coliseum 2. The Allegiant Stadium from 2002 all the way to Madden 2025, the second edition. The first edition, well, yeah. Peace.